Hello, Jen here with part 2 of my scrapshots project that I am sharing with you today. The first part of the project is showing you how I put together the panel that you see me right there kind of putting on all the different pages, trying to decide where it should go. That was created using Spellbinder's City Holiday cutting dies and the Halloween TikTok add-on cutting dies. Those are like an add-on that goes to the cuckoo clock cutting die set. So in the first part of the video, I put that all together and just explained to you all about, cutting that apart and how I kind of pieced this all together to take it from what was originally a winter kind of Christmas scene that you get with that City Holiday cutting die set, and use the Halloween stuff to turn it into my little cute kind of haunted house Halloween cityscape or front house or whatever you want to kind of call it. So yeah, I think it turned out super cute, and I decided it definitely needs to go into my October daily. And what I thought originally I would probably end up doing is using it as some sort of little tag or something that I could tuck in and then maybe have a picture on the back. But the piece that I used, the piece of cardstock that I used to cut it out, you'll see it here in just a second. It's this piece right here. And it kind of just happened to cut out where it looks like a frame with that little extra section that I thought this could work really good as a little flap, and maybe I could turn this into a bit of a shaker pocket and use that little rounded edge of the piece that I cut to attach my front panel, and now I have just a little extra kind of flip shaker pocket feature that would go at the very back of my October Daily album. There is also a video where I put this album together, so you can definitely check that out too. But the very back page is where inevitably my day 31 will end up, and I'm probably going to have more than one or two pictures, I think, for Halloween day, Halloween night, trick-or-treating. And so I thought this would be a good place where I could maybe make this little shaker panel, turn it into a pocket, and then I will have the space on the back of my haunted house panel. I'm going to call it the haunted house panel. On the back of my haunted house panel, and then I can add extra photos into this little pocket. It kind of gives me some extra room. I think for the rest of the album, I already have all of my photos set to go. I just have to get them printed, so I'll be able to get them all in place probably in the first week of November, so I'll show you that. But I think for the most part, for every other day, I'm only going to use one or two pictures, and essentially they will be the pictures that I followed for the Creative Scrapbooker magazine photo a day prompt. They do one every month, and usually in October and sometimes also in December. I will actually follow their prompts, and then it kind of gives me something to take pictures of in those moments when I might not really have anything going on that day and I'm not entirely sure what to take a picture of. The photo prompts work out really good, especially when you're doing a daily album. So I tend to follow those. Definitely pop into my Instagram if you want to see what my pictures have been every day. But I'll probably use those in this album and probably a few extras here and there. But definitely for Halloween, there's going to be more than that, so I needed a little bit of extra room. So here's what I'm doing. I created my panel by covering it, the front with acetate, and then I used some dimensional foam, which you can see right here, made my shaker pocket in the way that you normally would, and then I added a second layer of the foam so that now I have a shaker pocket, a clear shaker pocket panel in front of a actual pocket where I can now slip in some extra pictures. So I am able to do that in this album because the foam that I'm using is actually pretty thin. I'm not going to be able to tuck in more than a couple of pictures, but that's fine. But you saw how easily that tag kind of slipped in and out. You could definitely do this in, any of your other albums. I would just be mindful of how thick the foam is that you're using. But there's so many places where you can get foam now, and so many different thickness levels, I guess you could say. So definitely, if you want to do this, you could do, thinner foam, and then you can have multiple layers, and that's sort of what I did here. So I built a shaker pocket layer and then a pocket layer, and so that shaker pocket portion, I filled that up with a bunch of Spiegel Mom scraps, sequins that I have. I was on the design team for several years, so I have a good collection of sequins. I found the one I really love with the teeny tiny little ghosts, so I made sure to throw that one in there, and just got some fun kind of oranges and warm fall colors. There's a couple black sequins in there and some blues and greens and stuff, and just filled it up. I didn't want it to be completely covered because I want to be able to see that there are photos in behind, just so that I know I need to pull photos out, because I'm not probably going to be able to have too much of the photo sticking up over the top of that pocket, because that top portion that you see, that orange square, is actually a flap that will fold down. So I don't want to impede that extra accordion kind of fold out from being able to fold back in to put the album back together. So yeah, I thought it would be good to be able to see that pocket pretty clearly so that I can then see that there's pictures there. And that's it. I just attached my panel to that little flap like I said I would. And I had to, fold some of those little bits and pieces that stick out. I added a little bit of embellishment. That is from the Curiosities at Willow Grove Vicky Booten collection from 49 and Market, which the whole album is using. And voila, that is my cute little haunted house panel turned into an October daily page. And that is it for me, part 2 of this project. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to keep supporting me, please buy me a coffee, subscribe to my channel and all of my other accounts, and I will see you again very soon. So until then, happy scrapping. Bye.
Bye. Thanks to me. She button. Tell my channel.